Thank you.
Rebounding tonight, though.
Rebounding was pretty darn good. I was really pleased. I thought we went to the offensive glass hard, but now we've got to be able to start doing it at a better clip, is converting those into points. I think there was one possession there in the second half where I think we had 4 offensive rebounds and finally scored. Sierra finally got a putback that went in, but 4 of our 28 were right there on one possession, and we did convert it, which was good. Definitely, as we go through this, you'd like to see about a 1.25 to 1.5 points per offensive board. That's really what we're shooting for each time. So, if we're getting 28 of them, you'd like to see about 35 points out of that. And right now we had 26 of them. Points off turnovers, I thought we did a really nice job of that tonight, of converting those into some layups. And that's what, if you want to be effective, you have to do.
Been trying to get a balanced playing time for the whole roster. Did you finally accomplish that to your satisfaction tonight?
Well, I thought everybody got some quality minutes. Bianca Dunham was not feeling well at halftime, so that's why she did not play in the second half. There was no reason to throw her out there when she's a little under the weather, but for the most part, I was glad we had the opportunity to get some players some playing time. And at the same time, though, we're going to be getting in some contests now where, tomorrow night's going to be a battle. Chattanooga's a very, very good basketball team, and I know as we continue to progress, we're gonna probably have to have some kids get up in the 30 minutes. I'd like to keep it at the max about 32 minutes a game, because I think we've got enough depth to give some players some rest. But I've got to have those ones that we're putting in step up and perform for us too. Is that your cell phone?
It is.
I mean, can you have a little respect for anybody?
At least it didn't rain.
A little respect.
It's just a tweet.
I mean,
Coach sounds good on the tweet.
No, they're not either. They're wanting you to ask questions about the free throw shooting. I know.
How do you think Shook played whenever Heinzel went out?
I thought Kylie did some good things. I'm just trying to get her to be more aggressive. She's a great kid. Love her. Want her to become more aggressive at the defensive end, the offensive end. Not just looking for shots, but being a presence. But I thought she did a really nice job. I mean, Maisha went out there quick, just tweaked her shoulder a little bit, and I kept Kylie out there, I think, for the entire 10 minutes of that first quarter, and I thought she did great. Paul's not paying attention because he's on his cell phone.
I just turned my phone off.
He's sending out tweets. I mean, this is unbelievable.
There's a...
Show some respect.
You go
It's past that, Paul. If you want to take the call, go ahead. We'll pause. We're okay.
When Hines went out, I guess it was a little concerning, but it appears she was okay.
Oh, she's fine. Yeah, she just said she tweaked her shoulder, but she was good to go. And, I thought she rebounded the ball extremely well. Normally, if there's any concern, you're a little timid going after rebounds, but when she went back out there, there was no concern at all, and I thought she played really well. I thought she passed the ball well. I was really excited for Maisha to come up with 5 assists and only 2 turnovers.
You usually come up with a couple of things before the game that you emphasize that you want the team to do. What were those tonight? How did they do before them?
Well, our goal was to come out and compete. Our goal was to come out and play hard from the start. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that. Now, we also talked about trying to win a fourth quarter. And again, we couldn't do it. And part of it was we fouled there at the end, just fouls. It's like you got to be smart. You can't, don't put him at the free throw line. But we battled back. We were down 14-7 in points in the fourth quarter and came back and did a really nice job of executing some things and scored. Just have to be able to follow through. Yes.
I'll go ahead and ask the free throw question. With Sam shooting it one-handed like that, is that just something where she's working on her form?
Yeah, we've been doing that in practice. She was 2 for 2 at middle, looked great, been shooting them well, and then now she's back going real fast. I'm trying to get her to slow down. She's got to get that thing in her shooting pocket and slow down for a second. She just pushes everything because it's so fast. She makes them in practice.
In a game like this, obviously, you get a chance to, get the bench significant minutes. But for players like Sam and Brianna, what are you looking for from them? And even Kylie as well. What are you looking from players like that that maybe you saw today or you didn't see today?
Well, I'm just looking for them to do what we ask them to do. It's not that difficult. They all think, oh, I've got to score. I'll go score. No, I don't need you to score. I need, like Sid Simbrata. Like, I recruited her first and foremost to come here and be a shooter. She gets the ball in the wing, she's open, and she tries to drive it, and she gets called for a travel. It's like, just shoot it. Simple. She comes down the floor next time, took 2 great shots. They didn't go in. That's okay. Just get in the gym and keep practicing. They're going to go. But I need players to stop doing things because they think it's going to be a highlight video. Go do that someplace else. Go to the rec center. Join a sorority team. Take them to the hole all day long. Score on them. But that's not what I want you to do. I want Sid's a shooter. She's a great shooter. And then as your game develops, then you add more to it. Brianna Jones, I thought she did a really nice job when she was out there today. We've been working really hard on driving. You get cut off, retreat dribble. Don't pick it up. Keep your dribble alive. And if they stand up, attack them again. And she did, and she gets a layup. I'm looking for players who are coachable and who are willing to do what we ask them to do. Sam Fearing, I told her, I said, Sam, stop worrying about scoring, okay? Stop worrying about scoring, rebound and defend for us. We need you to rebound and defend. And then if you're in the game, you got a chance to score. That's something new that a few of them don't understand. On the bench, it's hard to score. Can't quite do it. But if you're in the game, there's a chance. And I thought Sam goes to the offensive glass. She comes down with 2 of them, and I think she converted both of those into baskets. And then Jess threw a great pass in transition for a drop for a close down layup. You can score if you're in there. So we need a few of them to just buy into what their role needs to be, and then that's going to make our depth that much better.
How do you keep your team grounded in these blowout games?
Well, it's not, we have to take care of what we take care of. Unfortunately, we turn the ball over 19 times. I think it might be the most, if not second, most turnovers we've had in our 5 games. It's pitiful. If you can't look at this and be like, man, we have to get better, I don't know what to tell them. But the way you keep them grounded is there's a few of them when I look at this, you're not going to play. You can't go in the game and turn it over. And they know that. Like, shoot it. My favorite line is shoot it before you turn it over. Give us a chance to rebound it. But when you throw it to the other team, it's hard to do anything with that. But tomorrow's going to be a big ball game. Jim does a really nice job. Their kids play hard. They're going to have a plan. They played Indiana, a top 25 team, to a 3-point game. They go up and win at Rutgers, which is a hard place to win at. So I have no doubt that tomorrow is going to be a ball game. I like what our schedule has presented so far. It's given us a lot of different looks at the way people are going to try to play. And then we played against some really good coaches is what I like too, because they've attacked us in different ways, trying to figure out, okay, this is where they think our weakness is. So then we know we have to go back and start working on different areas of our game.
Was the schedule set up that way on purpose to have Chattanooga as the last game of these 3 because you have South Carolina, Maryland, and Kentucky right after that?
Yeah, I put the schedule together, and because we're hosting the event, we were able to say this is how we'd like things to work out. Who we played first, second, and third. So, we've got Chattanooga, South Carolina, Maryland, Kentucky, and then we've got Western Kentucky, South Dakota State. It's a stretch of some pretty darn good basketball teams that are very well coached. So, it's going to be exciting. And I'm hoping our fans recognize who we've put on our schedule for non-conference, because it's not going to be 50-point wins. It's going to be some great basketball games, and we're going to need them to be a part of it, to be out here cheering.
So you think sufficiently this 5 games has gotten you ready for this more difficult stretch?
Well, I think it's prepared us. You know, can I tell you that anybody that we played so far can simulate what South Carolina can do? No, South Carolina's probably got, if not the best starting 5, one of the top 2, you know, in the country. So it wouldn't matter who we throw out here to try to play right now. You know, they're going to present their own problems to us. And then we play Maryland, who's extremely talented, and then we play a Kentucky team who's got Michaela Epps, who's considered, you know, a first-team All-American. So it's going to be a challenge, and I'm not sure you can really say anything's prepared you for what you're about to see.
So I guess you'll learn a lot, and they'll learn a lot about themselves here in the next.
On the next 2 weeks, in the next 3 weeks, I'd say, in the next 3 weeks, we're going to learn a lot about our basketball team. Is it going to define us? No. I mean, we could win them all. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, yeah, we're going to the Final Four and we're going to win a national championship. There's too many good teams right now. You know, and I don't think anyone is head and shoulders just that much better than anybody else. Yeah, well, there's Brianna Stewart's not out there right now. You know, she is, but unfortunately for all of us, she's playing for the Seattle Storm, I believe. So, you know, but in the same time, we could drop a few of these ball games. And it's going to be a good test for us. We're going to have to be prepared and learn from things. But like I've told them, you know, we don't have, you know, you got South Carolina, win or lose, you've got about 2.5 days to prepare for Maryland. Win or lose, you've got 2 days to prepare for Kentucky. So you've got to be able to move on to the next real quick, no matter if you win it or lose it, because it's going to, the next one that's coming at you is pretty darn good.
So forget about what just happened, basically.
Yeah, you got to move on and learn from it. You got to learn from it. I always tell them, don't forget about it, because if you forget about it, you're foolish, because you always want to learn from your past experiences. So we don't definitely want to forget about it, but we don't want to sit there and wallow in a loss, you know, and sit there and be elated after a win and not realize, hey, we have some things we have to get better at.
Any idea on Courtney yet, or is it still?
You know, 4 weeks, I think, comes up next Sunday. So we'll see. She was in practice the other day, did some things. But it's like I've told her, you know, we'd love to have her back. But do you rush things back so she can maybe play against South Carolina and Maryland and Kentucky, and then have something happen and then you miss her for the next month again? Or do you give it 5 weeks to heal? You know, to where you just get her back and now all of a sudden you give her that extra week and now she's good for the rest of the year. So depending on what the doctors say, how she's feeling, and then we'll make that evaluation then.
One last question on
Yeah.
Maisha. When you see one of your leaders struggling in front of the floor, I think, you know, shooting 3 of 9, even though she got 6 offensive boards, how important is it to see her contribute in other ways, getting the defensive boards and getting the assists?
Well, that's what I talk to our kids about there at center court after the game. We have so many of them that just they'll get really into it if they're scoring. If they're missing shots, boy, it's just the end of the world. Like, golly, you know. And I'm like, as soon as we mature to that point, to where if my shot's not going in, then I'm going to be, hey, you know what? I'm going to defend. I'm going to be the rebounder tonight. I'm going to set my teammates up for shots. As soon as we can get to that, then we're going to be really, really good. You know, and some of them are a little further along than others. But we've got to get more consistent at that, because you're not going to make every shot every night. But if you're not making shots, can you be our best defender? Can you be our best rebounder? Can you set the best screen? I mean, simple things. Though that's what I'm challenging our young women with. Thank you, everybody. Sure appreciate it.